Oh, man. Oh, just call it. Just call the fight. Oh, my goodness. What an amazing thing to see. What an amazing thing to watch. I need it all right? Fox here with the call. I need it all, please.
Boston Scott has been a giant killer in his career, trying to do it to him one more time. He is in.
Yeah.
Boston Scott, another touchdown against the Giants. And isn't it funny that a guy at 5'6" has 11 touchdowns in 8 games against the Giants? A true Giant slayer.
Absolutely. And you better believe there was something there behind it. All right. I got to be honest with you. I haven't witnessed a beatdown like that, emphatic handing of an L, since Mike Tyson walked into the ring and knocked out everybody except for the dude who bit his ear off. I no kidding. All right. We know it was Evander Holyfield and all that, but this was an absurd thrashing right now. It wasn't just Boston Scott, right? I mean, come on, give me a little more here. How about Dallas? How about Dallas? I'm going to drink to this one here. Welcome back, Jalen Hurts. Welcome back. What an amazing sight it is to see the quarterback in his truest form. And by the way, he didn't even need to run and show the full repertoire. He kind of held back, and rightfully so, because the game was over before it even started. The Giants were lost. The Giants had no idea. The Giants had no game plan. It was over. Dallas Goedert again. Remember this?
He's got Dallas Goedert
one hand
across the goal line into the end zone. The Eagles score.
One hand.
Yeah, they're going to try and play man.
IP on the call here.
McKinney on Dallas Goedert, and Dallas Goedert is just too physical for him. Runs that little outcut. He puts pressure on the inside, breaks away from.
I mean, right away you saw Hurts, Devontae Smith, Big Bang Theory right there, big up top. It didn't stop. I mean, it did not stop. Smith.
His ability to run,
we already saw the big play in the air. Just get in. Get in.
Eagles making it look easy.
Absolutely easy. There wasn't anything difficult about this football game, including for the quarterback.
2nd and goal. A juggle of the snap. Hurts found it, and there's the end.
That's it.
For another Philadelphia touchdown.
Over. Just call it. Seriously. The trainer's throwing the towel in.
What a machine this Eagles offense is.
It's unstoppable. You get up. Like, what do you want to dwell on? I love the fact that they kicked the Giants' ass. I love the fact that they hammer them into the ground here. But, this was just an absolute thrashing. They match up so well against the New York Giants. The Giants are still new in a lot of areas there. Even Wink, who is a great defensive coordinator, is still new, getting his footing in there with the Giants. And, you can't just step in like that and expect that you're going to knock around or hang around a team if you just give them so many points. Look, I mean, even our cat, even the little guys getting in this. I told you about Boston. How about Kenny?
Back to where it is this year.
Shout out to the Moonshot.
Trying to get around the edge, and Kenneth Gainwell
yes. Yes. Just keep giving it to me. More and more and more. This is what we want. This is exactly what we want. Let me say this. All right. Jalen Hurts is on another level right now. And this is I think if you want to look at overall takeaway, right, from what we've seen, Jalen Hurts is doing things that we haven't seen in the league in a long time. So let's just start with the biggest takeaway in this football game. And that's Jalen Hurts. And that's the return of the real Jalen and what he's able to do on a play-by-play basis. Stuff that you just don't see. Look, Josh Allen, pumpkin, right? Turned flat into a pumpkin. Now, there are a lot of things happening on the outside. I'm right about that this week. But Jalen Hurts does so many things, and we talk about this every time he's out there because you see it. That's what I think separates Hurts from everybody else outside of Patrick Mahomes. When you go see Patrick Mahomes, you know you're getting everything. Look, an NBA player, a baseball player, a hockey player, you may not get that. You may get a guy who just doesn't rebound that night, just doesn't pass that night, who doesn't knock down shots that night. Like you may get Jalen Hurts has an area where he struggles. It's not his game as far as its entirety. He's always going to be able to provide a full, complete. Now, again, it's not all equal, right? But 80% of something, making a mistake, throwing an interception, he's not done, right? Like he's not going 3 for 15 from the floor. He's going to be able to make up in so many other areas where you're going to look at a mistake and be like, oh, that's right. I forgot. Now, this was blemish free. And just listen to Nick Sirianni go on about what Jalen Hurts does.
What emotional lift did Jalen Hurts provide to the entire team as he?
Yeah, I mean, this is we see this emotional lift, by the way, all the time. All the time.
To have him out there is like, I know this is not great, but to have him out there is like having, I'm not sure, but like he's having like Michael Jordan out there. Like he's your leader. He's your leader. He's your guy. He's your like that's hopefully that's the biggest respect I can pay to him. Comparing to his ability to being on the field to a Michael Jordan type. Like this guy leads. He brings his calmness to the entire team. He plays great football. He's tough as they come.
Look, I think when you talk about Michael Jordan in the same light as anybody, people are going to look at championships. They're going to look at all of these different things about, well, Jalen Hurts hasn't won anything. Michael Jordan, disrespect. I think Nick Sirianni's honest. I think you can look at how somebody impacts a team as a leader and recognize that the immediate impact of their leadership can remind you of someone like Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan has backed up leadership with being the best basketball player of all time, at least claimed to it now, and all the other things that are associated with it. So if you want to look at this in an isolated, just a small isolated area, this year, we don't see, again, outside of Mahomes, the only other guy you can point to. And what we saw with him in the ankle, that's it. That's the only other guy you can point to. But outside of that, you have somebody who is really showing you uncanny leadership that you won't find in the body outside of anybody like a Michael Jordan or an all-timer. Now, Sirianni also talked about Hurts and the legs.
Jalen always going to help the running game big time because of what he can do and the threat that he poses back on the backside. Even if he's not carrying it, right? Even if he's not having runs to him and things about and everything like that, he's still going to affect the game. And that's what he did, right? He affected the game because he demands attention on the
nonstop.
And right, not that, but he runs the show out there, right? He's like a point guard, right? Mm-hmm. And so he's getting us to good checks. We have checks on. That's a good defense. They pose a lot of problems. Wink Martindale is a great coordinator. He's a great coordinator. His guys play hard for him. Brian Dable's a great head coach. His guys play hard for him, and they pose a lot of issues. And so the quarterback's got to go in there and help with those when teams pose issues like that. And Jalen was, he was like, he was like Iverson. Was Iverson a shooting guard or a point?
Both.
Shooting. Who's our best point guard? I'm sorry, I don't know who. It's like Mo Chiefs out there.
Look, man, I think Nick Sirianni's honesty, we always talked about this with Doug Peterson. Nick Sirianni's honesty is contagious, and it's fantastic. And I want you to, that's another huge major takeaway here, is Nick Sirianni is becoming as infectious, his personality, his positivity, his honesty, as any player out there. And it's rare that we find, like, we can like a coach. We can have a relationship with a coach. We can have all that positivity and stuff. So, but it's rare that we feel the same way about a coach as we do a player. We did that with Doug. We did not with Andy. We sure as hell did not with Chip. Here's Jalen.
I broke back to the Monday Night Football game versus Minnesota. That was a electric environment. I think the one tonight, man,
It was insane.
I was kind of measured by how many fans were there.
Come on. It was insane. You know it was insane. Oh.
So, excited.
Yes.
I didn't know they would take the Philly game wrong with it, but it's truly a Philly game here. It's truly a Philly game. The special type of support we have, spirit, pride behind.
It's insane, man. Like, it's ridiculous to see this. And Jalen Hurts has done everything that he told us he would. Everything. Absolutely everything. Including and not limited to this.
Every experience is helpful. I think not only that game, but entire last season, the past 15 games I played, 15. I think all of those have been very beneficial, and a lot to learn from that.
Look, this is all culminating now to the big one. This is all right now about San Francisco. This is the hottest team in the NFC. Arguably in the NFL, but the Bengals would be like, hey, remember us. It's not the Cowboys. I love the fact the Cowboys are out. The Eagles knocked the Giants out. But the reality is they are now going to face, if in fact they win the Super Bowl, they are now going to face two of the three best teams in the NFL, if not the top two, depending on how you shake down what's going on in the AFC. But if it's the Niners, then the Bengals. If it's the Niners, then the Chiefs. Who cares? They're beating two of the top three teams in the NFL in order to secure the bag, which is arguably one of the most impressive runs you'll see. You'll see. Now, you can look at the Giants and the Patriots and all. I'm not saying it's the best. I'm saying arguably one of the most. Who you beat in the playoffs should matter exponentially more than just getting there. Meaning, hey, circumstance, how you get there, ball goes off somebody's foot. I understand that within game. I'm just talking about big picture here is beating the 49ers. Can they do it? Yes, they will. Is it going to be easy? No. Not in the first half. But it will be in the second half. Look, the one thing that's been really difficult outside of Washington is beating this team, right? And in Philadelphia, you have to turn them over. I don't see the Eagles being turned over 4 times. So give me the Philadelphia Eagles 38-13